safe with me is Mini Maggot. And Mini Maggot, what do you think? Your boys from Instant Reflex gonna rally back here, or is Rally gonna take them down?
Oh, I like that pun, but I think I can't really say. But one thing I can say is that I don't really like the Puppet Master. I mean, I didn't really like the Puppet Master before the nerfs and after the nerf, so I really don't think the Puppet Master is that strong unless you sort of play him almost as a sole ganker, than more of a hard carry. But I guess they do have the Madman for some kind of carry potential. But it most likely is going to be, I think, two dual lanes coming out from Instant Reflex. They're most likely going to pick up their support here with their last pick, maybe like a Torture or a Luna perhaps. In terms of the Hellborn side, that they've picked up, the exact same heroes actually, or exact three heroes in the last game: Engineer, Kraken, and Rally. A lot of AOE synergy, a lot of team fight potential, and I mean. It's gonna be. It's gonna. I think it's gonna depend again on the lanes whether Instant Reflex can really sort of pull through, but they haven't picked up a jungler yet. So if they have a secondary support, maybe they can do a little bit better in the laning phase than last game. But we shall see, I guess.
We shall see indeed. I'm just glad that we're not gonna see the Cthulhu, man. It's been like five. It's been like 5 games, and we're finally not gonna see it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Instant Reflex didn't pick that up. But it was banned out in the the second banner phase, and I think the hero is strong actually. The Predator, okay, a hero we haven't seen in a while actually. And I don't know if I like this pickup. I mean, it obviously offers a lot of magic immunity, which is definitely useful and very needed against a Puppet Master, but at the same time, he can get kited rather easily against the heroes he's against, like Madman, always hard to lock down. Some good stuns come out from Raps and Magnus, as well as the Puppet Master, if you can catch him without his Stone Hide on. So it's going to require a lot of team play coming out from Potato to give this Predator free reign in the team fights, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong hero against what they're working with on the Legion side, and I can't say that I am very opposed to this Predator pick. Looking pretty good as far as I'm seeing, and I did get a message from our good orange player here for the Instant Reflex squad. In between games, he sent me a message, and he said that his name was from a YouTube video about salamanders.
Okay.
So didn't help me pronounce the name.
Okay,
but
interesting.
That's where it's originating from. So
I'm glad I know that actually. That's really useful.
Let's check the IMs again. Ayo man, about my name, it's a really weird video from YouTube Salamander Man. Got inspired, smiley face. My only response at that point was LOL KK. Like, because how else do you respond to that? Like, the reality of the situation is he's either listening to the cast on a 6-minute delay, which I know some people do because they like hearing themselves talked about, or somebody messaged him specifically because I was having trouble saying his name, and then he felt that it was pertinent to let me know what it was about. And either one of those I find to be rather funny.
Anyway,
I like Alonia,
it looks like
though.
it's gonna be, looks like it's gonna be a secondary support Alonia, and it's something we used to sort of play around with. We never really took it any further than sort of scrimming, honestly, but it looks like it's going to be picked up here. I mean, after a few sort of support heroes got the nerf, I guess it's the usher in a new sort of era of supports, and I think Alonia it definitely has the potential. It offers a lot compared to most other support heroes actually. The only problem is obviously it doesn't have the greatest of set stuns. It really relies on a lot of those freeze charges or frosted charges to stack up for the flash freeze for the stun. But anyway, we do see the final pickup here, which was the bubbles. Again, strong hero, particularly against Reps here. Magmus can easily stop those big channeling elements actually, but I guess we'll have to see in the sort of laning phase. It looks like it's going to be, I think it's going to be a rally secondary support, I'd assume.
It certainly could be that way. I mean, that's what we saw on me playing there in the last game, so it wouldn't surprise me to see it doing it again, because, you know, things, to state them lightly, went pretty well for Potato last game.
Yeah. The only problem though is that if they are gonna, or if instant replays are gonna try and fight this tri lane, actually, I don't really like Alonia because, like, you need a lot of levels for Alonia to really be useful as a secondary support, and obviously in a tri lane, you're not gonna get any of those kind of levels really. It doesn't really offer that set stun, and compare it to say, like an Aluna, a level 3 or level 4, Aluna offers a lot more than Alonia. And obviously we saw in game 2 that they were having a few laning issues, which is why they lost game 2, and this obviously could be a similar game 3 if they're not careful. Actually, Rally going in, he might be in trouble, actually. Ooh, they're going to go in?
Well, both Rally and Bubbles have escape mechanisms, but
Oh,
Rally,
no.
unfortunately, the puppet show catching onto the Bubbles who was running away, so being pretty ineffectual.
He knew the puppeteer's hold there, actually, Marcus. A little bit of a misplay, but not the biggest of deals.
Oh, they weren't
in the end,
one way or the other.
I don't know. It's potential.
There was no
if
way.
Magus got a stun and then Rapsy, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? But in the end, it's going to be a try versus try. And I think I have to favour Hellborn's trial in this instance, actually. I mean, Predator is quite underrated, actually, in tri lanes because it almost offers a similar sort of potential as a Magnus, because it offers that sort of damage or nuke, but actually at the same time you know, jump onto your target almost, so you can pound in a few more auto attacks than if you could as like a Pebbles, for example. And I think Alona is really going to struggle in this tri lane as well. So, but we'll have to see. Though, it obviously comes down to play at the same time. At the moment, the warding advantage is definitely in favour of Hellborn. Blocked out this pool camp as well as got some nice vision up here on the side lane. So, and actually looks like they're going to get lane control. Yeah, and they're going to get lane control as well, I think, at the same time. So already this Hellborn tri lane is looking very strong, and I've got some bad fears for instant reflex already.
Yeah, it's definitely not shaping up too good for them now. The mana dependence of Alonia is definitely not going to be ideal for actual exchanges, but in terms of raw harassment and the ability to position properly, a 3 range tri-lane versus a double melee tri-lane is exactly what I'm talking about right there. All of a sudden, Predator loses half of his life. They're just going to be able to do that and remain safe in most cases, consistently. So this Predator is going to take continuous amounts of harassment every time that he moves up for a last hit. And he's going to have to be very wary about that because he came to lane with just 3 Blightstones.
And this is what I talked about actually in the, I think it was the game 1 or game 2, where actually I don't like tri-lane cores to really pick up the hatchet, because like you said before, it doesn't already offer a lot of money for regen, and it's already down to 2 regen already, and against a triple range lane, it's going to have a hard time really getting the last hits, whether he has a hatchet or not. However, once Hellborn get level 2s, I think this is going to be the time where they're going to try and go in on Legion's side, because they're all very, very squishy. So if you can land a nice compel and engineer follow-up, I'm pretty sure it's going to guarantee a first blood. So it's going to really depend on whether Instant Reflex can really position themselves well enough to. I mean, because at the moment they're actually winning on terms of CS. It's just whether they're going to feed first blood or not. But it looks like Engineer and Rally are already rotating middle lane. Going to try and set something up on the Magnus. Already quite low HP from the bubbles. For Belly, again, showing who's dominate in the 1v1 matchup. But Magnus not doing too bad, actually. 260 GPM, seeing as he is a melee versus a range, but out of region at the moment, and bringing his bottle. But he might be too late. Rally already picked up a haste, actually. He might be going in.
Yeah, I might try to snipe the bottle. I really doubt it, but Magnus is definitely in some trouble. Silence comes out, and down goes our salamander fellow.
Oh man, I'm trying to cast Mag. He's not trying to make me laugh. But
up top, Madman is manning up under the tower as Kraken had charged him into the tower right there, but not really going to be anything coming of it as both players fall back to get some regen on. And now Vagina Thief, aka Owned Me, going to be coming back into the bottom lane, see if he can thieve some lives.
But yeah, it's looking, I think Engineer, they're going to maybe wait for an Engineer level 2 before they go in on maybe the Pub Master or Rapsy or whoever's actually out of position. Akami might be in trouble, actually, standing right on top of Rally. Rally backs off, decides it's not worth it. But yeah, but at the same time, obviously that kill does put Hellborn in the slight golden experience. These Bubbles taking some harassment from Magnus, but should be fine, although he does have a stun up in the next 1 second, but Magnus is going to rotate back to the middle lane. Down bottom though, Alonia might be in trouble. Level 2 on Engineer. This could be the time where they decide to go.
Doesn't look like it. They're scared. And with good reason. I mean, if they do end up diving the tower, there's a good chance they get 1 kill. But unfortunately, I think they get counter killed in a lot of the circumstances. They're going to probably lose at least 1 player, and so it might not be worth it. At least not until after they're in the tower. But Rally misses the compel.
Turn.
And there's going to be the Puppeteer's hold. The show going to be coming out as well. The 1.3 second stun on top of the show. So it's a miscommunication right there. It loses them a kill on the Rally.
Without a doubt. But I mean, at the same time, they did miss the kill on themselves, and the way the lane's going, actually, it's actually in favour of instant reflex, because look at Predator's farm compared to Marcus Moyes on the Puppet Master. Actually, they're going in on Puppet Master right now. He's out of position. He might be in trouble. They're diving the tower.
And it looks like they are going to get the stun on the Puppet Master, but the Disco Inferno is doing some work right now. And Puppet Master walking away, going to be able to live, eats the tree, and turns it around, gets the kill. Engineer is there as well now, and down he goes! Holy crap! Marcus Moy and the guys from Instant Reflex turn that one around and bring home 3. And that's what I'm talking about with the tower dive. They didn't even get the 1.
Wow.
That's the power of Alonia slows and properly timed regen.
Yeah, that should definitely not happen. That honestly was a little bit of miscommunication. Actually, they're going in again on Rhapsody.
And will it be a little bit better this time? Not really looking that way.
But yeah, it just Krebson really wasn't. Rally wasn't actually there to follow up the instant compel, because Puppet Master was all on the sort of this right side on the trees, and that would have been the perfect time to compel him. Instead, he does, you know, get closer to the tower, and as a result, they dive just a little bit too much, and it was a little bit of bad positioning coming out from Regina Thief here. I can't stand. Yeah, on the rally here,
just gotta deal with
couldn't
it,
get
man.
the compel off.
You just gotta grin and bear it sometimes.
Saying my nuts is enough already, but who knows?
Well, my nuts is like not even remotely funny to me anymore. Thanks, Johan.
Said so many times. Alonia might be in trouble, actually.
Oh, Alonia is most certainly in trouble. And she is hit by the compel. The glacial spike going to be coming in as well, but well, she spiked right into the ground. Fortunately, Marcus Moy is free farming while the adventure is going on inside of the Hellborn jungle. But the unfortunate part is, of course, he sacrificed a teammate's life in order to buy that free farm. Is it worth it? I don't know. You really gotta ask somebody smarter than me.
He's level 6 right now, and once he's level 6, I don't think actually the Hellborn can even lane down here. So actually, definitely, is that Instant Reflex have definitely won this tri lane without a doubt, because now Predator can't lane down bottom lane. And so Rally's just going to be most likely roaming with the Engineer, because once they set foot in this lane, Puppet Master's just going to completely destroy them, and that's why it does free up Rhapsody and Alonia to maybe try and gank other lanes, because they know Puppet Master is safe and sound down the bottom lane. And it kind of just puts really Hellborn in a bad position actually in terms of the laning phase, because Predator can't really, you know, set up into the lane and start farming, because he's just in danger of his life. Honestly, he's coming up for a few creep kills here and there. Engineer's behind the tower actually. They're not going to try and maybe set up on here on the Puppet Master, but can maybe not find the angle. Yeah,
shooting the courier kind of gives away his position a little bit. It's one of those things that you got to consider. If you do want to make a sneaky play, you don't try to kill the courier. But, well, force the shield out of the courier.
Rhapsody.
And yeah, Rhapsody is in some trouble. But the Puppet Master ultimate going to be coming out here, and Rally gets turned around pretty easily. And Alonia not able to find any additional kills, but
yeah, and actually, I'm really surprised honestly how this Hellborn tri-lane did fare so badly, and I think it goes back to them waiting a little bit too long for them to try and go for the kill, because as it stood in the initial tri-lane, actually Madman might be getting in trouble. Might try and turn this on the Kraken actually. Can he get this kill?
One more turn it.
One more.
I think he manned down. I think he manned down real hard right there.
Man down. Like, he's got his balls nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. Like, sometimes manning down is the correct idea. And I think that Madman would have gotten that kill, but I think it would have come from the last tower hit, which means Kraken would have probably gotten the kill first and the experience. So I think that was maybe the right choice. And if you're not sure that it's the right choice to go for it, it's probably the better choice to not go for it.
That's true. But yeah, going back to the initial tri lane we saw down in the bottom lane, and when I sort of talked about this in more actually in the dual mid lane. Well, if you're going a dual range lane, normally you have the advantage of terms of CS because of the amount of harass you can sort of put out onto your melee enemies, so they can't even really stand up against the lane. But however, normally when you're running like a dual ranged or even a triple ranged lane in a tri lane, you are very susceptible to getting ganked and to getting killed, honestly, because you have the lower HP normally. And when they did go for a gank, it was just a little bit too late. And actually,
Lord.
Kraken might be in trouble in bottom lane.
Yeah, could be in some trouble indeed. No, he's going to be able to charge away. And power of that hero, he just takes a beating and then just walks away, charging like a big daddy.
But yeah, like just going back to the tri lanes, that if you're running dual range lanes, then you're more susceptible to getting ganked, and I don't think the Hellborn tri lane really took advantage of that. And once they did try go for a gank, they just dove a little bit too hard, and that's all that was needed to really make the Legion side win this tri lane. And as you can see, they're definitely winning. Actually, middle lane, Bradley might be getting, or Magnus might be in trouble.
The staccato stun's coming out right there, and they're going to turn this one around once again. Fabelli is going to go down. This game's insane.
What is going on? I thought that was a definite kill on Magnus.
Are insane. I gotta say, a lot of this is coming down to Ganel on the Rhapsody, and I can tell I haven't given this guy enough credit because I don't know how to say his name. But
I don't know. I always call him Gainal, but that sounds like really weird. It sounds like gay anal.
Great.
Sorry, but yeah, and I have to admit that he's been playing really, really well, perfecting the sort of staccato stuns, and not only made the Puppet Master survive in the bottom lane, but also Magnus in the middle lane as well. And, I mean, this lead's getting further and further ahead in terms of instant reflex. Kraken is invis. Actually, he puts the Rev Wall down. He might be in trouble.
Yeah, there's going to be the ultimate coming out from Puppet Master, as well as everything from Alonia. Now putting her entire mana pool onto Krebsen. And the guys from Instant Reflex are showing that Game 1 went their way. Game 2, not so much. Game 3, they're ready to set things right once more. And it's looking really rough right now for Potato.
Yeah, and again, great play from Gainal though. Like he saw the, I think he saw the Kraken pick up the invis, instantly put down the Rev Wall, and again just secures another kill, and that's really good heads-up play that not a lot of people would really sort of notice straight away and react that quickly to it. Magnus in the mid lane might be in trouble to this bubbles actually. Does have a shell surf. Can he land a shell surf? He is going to go in. No, does not go for it. Very, very close. But look at the way how the laning stages sort of ended up though. They Hellborn lost the laning phase down bottom lane, so now they had to rotate Kraken into the suicide lane. He did end up dying, but at the same time, Predator is having a really hard time against a level 9 Madman who was soloing, and as a result, his farm isn't any better. Only 180 GPM, which is really, really bad, seeing he was the #1 core farmer, which just gives Madman a really easy time. He might even go in. Oh my god, 1 HP. He's gonna fall, and Predator does go down.
Yeah, this Predator is having a very rough time up here. Smexy style, been playing Cthulhu so far in this series, shown that he knows how to play Madman as well. And definitely going to be able to get that kill right there. I'm just not really sure what Way Too Break can do at this point. When you're sitting on 170 GPM as Predator, maybe you hit the jungle, maybe you... I don't know.
No, they need to rotate. Well, what they should have done is rotate the 2 supporters and just sit Predator in the lane, because you need farm on Predator. Like, you can't just go around and accept into 1v1 against a Madman, honestly, because Madman was 1v1, so he has the XP lead, and at the same time they lost their tri lane, so obviously Madman's gonna be in a better gold lead as well, and compared to Predator. And so if you put him in a 1v1 lane, seeing as Madman's a better 1v1 hero than Predator at the same time, that's just going to happen. They're trying to still hold on to this tri lane, but there's no need to. They lost their tri lane. Just try and secure mid and top and just leave Kraken here to suicide. They're going to try and go on this Puppet Master if they can catch him. Will they catch him is the question.
Yeah, they're certainly wanting to. Up top, Madman and Predator once again squaring off, so we'll kind of keep a tangent eye on that one. But yeah, Puppet Master is going to be in some trouble. Going to drop the Puppet Show right here. And the Alonia Ultimate going to be going out. There's the 1.6 seconds done. And see you later, Kraken. That's, of course, through almost 1,200 HP.
Bubbles.
Magma Stun going to be coming in now. Rally is down. Bubbles going to be able to get a counter kill onto Alonia. But is it worth it? He gets 2 right here. So Fabelli definitely doing some work. But now Magnus going to be getting the stun off in 3, 2, 1. There it is. And the Whiplash auto comes in. Marcus Moy brings home the double tap, bumping him up to 450 gold per minute. And Instant Reflex, I mean, the resource lead is getting astronomically large.
Yeah, it's only 13 minutes in, and clearly Instant Reflex just trying to tell everyone that game 2 was just a blip, and really they're actually a team to be feared, and the way they played in game 1 and game 3, they are definitely to be feared. I mean, absolutely having a fantastic game here, and I mean, looking already to almost take this game out, and it's only 15 minutes in.
I mean, as good as these games have been between these two teams, it seems like so much of them has been decided in the first 10 minutes of each game.
Yeah.
Really setting the pace for how it's been played. And, yeah, very interesting indeed. But right now, the shining story for the Hellborn team is Fabelli. But even though he's doing quite well, is that going to be enough? Level 11, almost with Blink.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Yeah, and like I don't think it is, because like Bubbles is a really, really strong hero, but he almost peaks at around level 7, level 8, level 9, and although he's only level 11, like the time for sort of roaming and ganking and helping the lanes is almost already over. The laning phase is pretty much already open. There's only so much impact a Bubbles can really have. They are going to get the tier 1 middle actually, but they are most likely going to trade the tier 1 top as well as maybe the tier 1 bottom if they can't defend it. But like we said before, if you're down, trading is definitely the way to go. And they're actually going to defend their tier 1 bottom as well. So at least there's some kind of signs of life here for Team Potato.
Yeah, and Kraken and Bubbles walking by a ward, making their way down into that bottom lane. One of the reasons why Puppet Master was so fearful, most likely. And speaking of that Puppet Master, I believe that is indeed an Assassin's Shroud flying out to him. So Assassin's Shroud, Whispering Helm, Steam Boots, Grave Locket at 15 minutes. It's a pretty farmed puppet.
Yeah, and seeing as like he was in a tri lane, and normally you don't get that much farm in a tri lane, but he was like averaging like 270, 280 GPM, which against a tri lane is very, very hard to do because you're just obviously afraid of your positioning, and just in general. And yeah, he's definitely playing very, very well. And on a hero that I just don't really rate, but maybe if these Puppet Masters keep on winning, maybe I'll have to change my perception of how strong Puppet Master is as a hero. They see they might be trying to dive this Rapsy in the bottom lane.
They scouted him out
right
here
now
with the Shell Surf. And it looks like the Hellborn team just a little bit willing to fall back. They do lose the tower there in the middle lane. Rhapsody is just hiding behind the tower. She's almost trying to bait him in right now.
It does feel that way, actually. They do have TPs on Puppet Master as well as Alonia. Madman's already rotating over. But in the end, Hellborn do decide to back out in the end. And Hellborn need to try something drastic because at the moment they are definitely far behind. And maybe a bit of DDoSing is the way forward, because Akami does time out.
We don't use that word. Poor Akami. He played so well in the first game on Ophelia, and right now he's definitely been doing some work on Alonia, but lo and behold, the prodigal son returns.
Oh man, your one-liners and your phrases just make me smile so much, Beef. Do you know that? I have to say.
Yeah, I know that.
brings a smile to my face and sunshine to my day.
Yay.
What can I say? Anyway, looks like we're most likely going to be back into this game as soon as.
By the way, the top lane is kind of a disaster for Predator right now.
Oh yeah.
If you see the 797 crit coming out of Puppet, like that's
mercy.
That's kind of an issue. Or as Twitch chat would probably say, an issue-reno. I gotta say, Minimaggot, I am a huge fan of Twitch chat. I
do love it. I've been
every circumstance.
Look at all this spam. I'm already looking at this spam. I love it. Like, we should get more spam up in here.
I'm contributing to the spam. Like,
I need to get involved in this spam.
I just came up with an idea for a website a couple days ago where the website tracks all the Twitch spam for, let's say, like a 24-hour period or a week-long period or something, and then like ranks the Twitch spams based on their popularity, and then combines all the Twitch spams into like one mega Twitch spam that just runs 24 hours a day and is constantly being refreshed with the most popular Twitch spams. And then like that would just be like twitchspamerino.net or something like that. And it's just like a giant Twitch chat that's just like this amalgamation of every Twitch chat. And I would be there, and I would like to pretend that I have friends and join in with spamming with robots.
Ultimate
Oh yeah, I forgot
warrior.
about that kill. I'm really out of it, man. I am really tired. Holy crap.
I can imagine, but I mean, you know, we should maybe try and set that website up. I think it has potential.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to some web devs. Speaking of web devs, Smexy Sal's dead. Although Magnus is coming in, does have the blink, and does not have the mana for his stun, unfortunately. Kraken ultimate is pretty good in a defensive nature, but unfortunately for Rally, I think he still might be dead. Compels backward rather than over the cliff, so questionable at best.
Yeah, I think he's going to compel over the cliff, and that he would have been. Oh, I don't know. Magnus did have a portal key, but still, a little bit of a weird decision there. Another force coming out. So back to the website ideas we go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there would be any practical purpose to that website whatsoever. But I would spend some time there. Like, if I'm ever just bored, I would just be like, what's going on twitchspammerino.net? And then you walk over there, and it's just like, oh man, there's a new spam. Like, this is great. There's a new copy pasta. Yeah, and then you just spam it back. And you feel like you're part of something. You feel like you're accepted. I feel like it's brilliant, really.
You should be like a poet, Beef, you know that?
Who says I'm not?
Oh, or like a philosopher.
It's about damn time.
It's your true calling. But anyway, we are back in this game, and it is looking very, very dire for Hellborn. But I mean, it's not all over per se. It's just whether they can get a few kills here and there. And bottom lane, this is definitely a time to get some kills. Can they catch anyone? They do not have any way of closing the distance. No portal keys yet, except for Belly on his bubbles, but he was dead at the time. I mean, 10,000 gold, 12,000 experience already at 17 minutes, but they do get the tower denied, which is something
really close. That was really, really close to not being denied right there. But they end up getting it off anyway, so in the end, not that big of a deal. And it looks like there is going to be an engagement. Alonia is definitely in some trouble right here. No ultimate available. There's the science going to be going out. Two-man stun coming in from Magnus, and the Rally going to actually miss the ultimate after connecting to Compel only one. Engineer going to be able to get the ultimate off right here. Madman finishes that one off with some auto attack. And Rhapsody with some beautiful ultimates. The Scrums are protecting her team. Rally going to be compelling back in, and Vagina Thief is indeed down. Way too easy. He's saying that it's way too easy to play hide and seek. These guys suck at this game. And when will he cut himself out? Just kidding! Upmaster has found you. And Way Too Break goes down. 4 players dead for the Hellborn team, as this gold lead is preposterous.
Yeah,
even more so.
I think it just goes back to the laning phase. Like in game 2, we talked about how Instant Reflex really had a bad laning phase in terms of just the way they've laned it, but in terms of Hellborn, I think it's just the way they've played it. Honestly, that they had a potentially good tri lane, and to really combat Legion's tri lane, they really missed their timing in terms of when they needed to go for kills. And when they did go for kills, it was an insane turnaround, obviously, which made all the difference. You know, laning phases makes a really big difference, as we can see here in game 2 and game 3. And another pause coming out. I love pauses; they're my favourite.
So let's talk about the San Diego Chargers here for a moment.
Let's go. Best team in the NFL.
So once the Haunter proper season starts, and you and Breaky are casting every weekend.
Yeah.
How insufferable is Hauncast going to be when it comes to football? Now that you're both Chargers fans.
Is he a Chargers fan?
Breaky's from San Diego. He's a huge Chargers fan.
I didn't even know that. Damn. I should know that. But yeah, well, that's it. Well, clearly, it's just going to be like pretty much a San Diego's Chargers like advertising site from now on.
It's just going to be a giant circle jerk.
We're just going to have pictures of like Philip Rivers and Keenan Allen like plastered on Hauncast websites.
LaDainian Tomlinson is the new Blitz avatar. Easy.
Oh, they need to do some kind of like NFL perspective avatars for Hon.
I think Blitz already has a football avatar actually, but it's just like an ambiguous
just like a player's name.
There you go. That'd be fun.
Who is Blitz? Talking of avatars, what's your favourite avatar, Beef?
My favorite alt avatar might be Troika Engineer.
Troika.
I find that his fire is really cool. If it was not Troika Engineer, it might be whatever Valkyrie avatar is that she speaks a lot of Spanish. Because I like to speak Spanish with her.
It's about damn time.
Clearly, it's Winston Armadon though, like without a doubt. Like,
hey, I love Winston Charmadon. Like, there was a portion, there was a period in time for about a year that whenever I played Armadon, I had to play Winston Charmadon because I was streaming, and I would then go get my top hat and I would only speak in an English accent the entire time during the game.
oh, you've got to do it in an English accent now.
No, my British accent is absolutely terrible, and
I want to hear it.
After a certain fangirl who shall not be named literally laughed me out of a Skype call because of my British accent, like it's retired, it's done.
I want to hear it.
No, it's over. It's a scarring incident.
I think a British accent would be perfect, but if you just have like the right tone of voice. Anyway, the game is back underway. Finally, the pauses are finished. But I mean, is there much Hellborn can really do? Do you think to get back into this game, Dave?
It's going to require some mistakes out of the hands of the guys here from Instant Reflex. Now that there's a shrunken head on top of an assassin's shroud for Puppet Master at the 20-minute mark, it's going to be exceedingly difficult, and especially since Madman's going to be finishing up his shrunken head in a very short amount of time, it's going to be really hard. It's going to need to start with a portal key on Kraken and a good catch on one of the key figures, probably this Magnus. If they're able to eliminate Magnus from the equation and then pursue further with portal keys on Kraken and Bubbles, they might be able to take a good team fight. And they might be able to open up the map a little.
Yeah, I just think like if they do take out the Magnus, though, like Puppet Master's gonna be doing so much work though, because none of the Hellborn team have shrunken heads except for Predator with his stone skin. But even that is only he's maxed. He has maxed it, which is probably the right play to make. But I mean, he's still 4 other targets Puppet Master can go and just completely destroy. So he's looking very, very bad here for the Hellborn side. But I mean, they are giving up a tier 2. I don't blame him though. There's not much they can really do to sort of in terms of defense, really.
Hey, Maggot, I got the hiccups. It's rough.
So do I, actually. Is it contagious? Did you give them to me?
If I was able to give that to you from like 12,000 miles away, I would be impressed.
I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be impressed. Like,
not even mad. It's amazing. Wow! Holy crap! I just watched our salamander buddy miss 3 last hits, and that was not impressive.
Maybe he was watching videos of salamanders. Like, give him a break.
Possible. So Predator's finished up his Elder Parasite, which is probably the item that he needs to battle. If he's left unattended to in this team fight,
Puppet Master.
Well, Rally is going to be dead. But here's what I was talking about. They're going to be able to catch Puppet, and down he goes. No shrunken head once again, just like with the previous game. Madman's going to be able to finish off crap in the background, though. And doesn't look like the Hellborn wants anything further to do with this. That was a really good pick on Puppet. Unfortunately, Puppet's not the only threat.
Yeah, but I think that was almost the right play. But at the same time, like, I've got to call out Marcus. Though, doesn't pop his shrunken head. Like, you have to pop your shrunken head. It's like complexity all over again. It feels like. And at the same time, like Magnus didn't give the eruption either. And I just think, look, you need to use your spells. You need to use your shrunken heads, put simply. Otherwise, you know, there's definitely a chance to help him get back into this game.
The Beaked Flame is.
But if you know all about complexity, yeah.
The Beaked Flame is very real. Not pleased. Not pleased right now. Bringing back sore memories all over the place right now, Mini Maggot.
Sorry, but it has to be done.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. Marcus Moy should have gotten that shrunken head off.
Oh, Magnus.
Really got to be concerned about that. And Magnus, gonna be hit by the turret. Gonna need to pop his haste rune. Doesn't even pop his haste rune.
He's got balls, man. He watches salamanders on YouTube. Like, leave him be.
Yeah, I have no clue what stunned me either right there. I was actually a little bit
Yeah,
confused
it was a
about
little
that.
weird actually. And Rally's sort of sitting down bottom, and maybe he's going to try and set up on this Puppet Master. Bubbles and Predator are coming in. Do they have dust? No, they don't. So they decide not to. Oh, no, they do have dust and Rally, but they just decide to go back anyway. Maybe just a little bit afraid to go past the creep wave, perhaps. They need to do something though, because this golden XP lead is rather insurmountable. Actually, they're going in Predator bottom lane.
They are indeed. Magnus and Puppet Master are engaging. They're going to be able to take out Predator very easily. And Rally completely whiffs the ultimate. I gotta say, Ownfee is not playing on point with those ults.
Here's mismanaged.
Really questionable. So, gonna need to get some solo QTMM in and, you know, get that down if this is going to be a hero that he's going to be using throughout Hunter Season 3.
Yeah, in the meantime, it looks like Legion are going to be taking the Congo kill. And this most guarantees them higher ground racks, most likely. And just give it most likely to Puppet Master and just let him pound on the racks and the tower. And there's not much they can do. If they go engage on the Puppet Master, then Puppet Master will just revive off the token. And if they go for someone else, then they're most likely going to be staying so far back that they're going to go out of position. So it almost feels like the writing is on the wall.
No, it absolutely is. And this is very close to the nail in the coffin for the guys here in the Hellborn team. And it's just kind of what happens when a Puppet Master gets out of control farm. They're going to give it one more chance right here. As Rhapsody is off on the side. A Compel, nope, Kraken charge going to be opening this one up. And the Kraken ultimate on a Rhapsody and a Rhapsody only. On the back lines, Predator is trying to finish off Alonia, but it's not going to happen. Sun comes in to finish him off. Engineer ultimate is really just not that important to the guys of the Legion team. And down goes Fabelli's Bubbles. Wouldn't be surprised to see the GGs coming out here pretty soon, Mini Maggot.
Yeah, and I think Instant Reflex deserves it, like, without trying to be biased, in all honesty. I think Game 1 and Game 3, they really were showing like who was boss. Just Game 2 was maybe a little bit of a blip on the side of Instant Reflex, but it just shows that a lot of hard work and dedication can get you quite far quite quickly, in retrospect.
Yeah, they really have done quite a bit, and I mean, definitely some familiar names here in the Instant Reflex crowd. And Madman's actually gonna probably die right here, but I'm just kidding.
Nope.
Puppet Master's like, hey, I've got an ult, die.
Oh, deny. They're still in this game. Oh, and they find Rally really weirdly out of position, but
yeah, I don't know where
in the end. And this is most likely going to be Rex. So Kraken and Rally already down, and they're like getting further and further. But what the hell was that, Bubbles?
Well, Fabelli's going to try to get out of there, but a 1 second stun is not going to help that cause, as XDs are being dropped left, right, and center. Let's go ahead and get on the XDs here. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Ultimates are being popped off, but 2-1, the final score here, as Instant Reflex takes down some legends. The guys from Potato Gaming, or just Team Potato, are dead. They're going to drop into the loser's bracket here, but Manny Nugget, how are you feeling for your team?
I'm feeling good, man. Like, I mean, not to sort of slate them, but I didn't think, you know, they had I think they were definitely the underdogs in this matchup without a doubt. But in the end, they showed that they can definitely take it against, you know, top teams and obviously great players. And I'm looking forward to see them progress further into the tournament as well.
Well, I'm looking forward to that as well. But guys, congratulations to the guys at Instant Reflex. Really well deserved. They played quite well. Potato, they're going to be dropping down into the loser's bracket, so maybe we'll see Noob G at some point here in the future. But gonna have their work cut out for them, because there's clearly teams that have been practicing that were previously gold division teams or even silver division teams that over the last 6 months through Han Tour, through Carnage and Caldivar, through even like your weekly cups, have gotten significantly better. And gonna really need to continue to get some practice if these old legendary players want to get back into it. So we'll see, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I just think like, obviously they probably haven't been scrimming that much. They probably came back into the scene expecting to almost stomp their way through to the Diamond Division, and it's not as easy like that. I mean, you got teams scrimming almost every single day, for the last month, and clearly their work and their dedication has paid off. And so either you've got to follow in their footsteps and grind your way through scrims, or face the consequences. Push down into the loser bracket. And I mean, if they don't make it into at least the gold division, I think they'd definitely be surprised, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, guys, Haunt Tour Season 3 for today is all wrapped up. Qualifiers are going to continue next Saturday. That's August 2nd, 12 EDT, 1800 CEST. We'll be right here on Hauntcast, so make sure to tune back in. But until then, have a good one. Make sure to sign up for the X-Fire Mid Lane Masters if you're interested in playing in a 1v1 tournament. And of course, the winner of that tournament going to be able to create their own alt avatar. So a really cool and unique prize for that one. Additionally, you got things like the Variety Cup that are going to be coming up this